going to do it. We're going to make sure that everyone who sees me out in the world will have a much weirder day than if they haven't seen me. And this is what we will use for it. This is our one big mill and skein, but then wet set and caked into 3 cakes. And as mentioned before, we will do so in the form of a scarf. You know, I have a previous video where I make my own scarf, and that scarf is pretty elegant, classy. You know, all the adjectives I would not use to describe myself. So, let's do something about it, shall we? So let's get started with this baby, shall we? As mentioned, we are making a triangular scarf, trying to aim to get the long portion of blue and white yarn straight down smack bang in the middle. I'm not really following a pattern right now, I'm just increasing a stitch on the right side. We'll see where we get. I'm just going to go the way this yarn was made. Chaos. It's the chaos route, let's go. And you may notice that while this is a flat knit pattern, I'm using circular needles. I knit in the Eastern uncrossed style, and I find this to be a much more relaxing style when done on circular needles. The small movements are real fitting for this style of knitting. I don't know if there is any other Eastern uncrossed knitter who can chime off about this in the comment section. I would like to know your experiences. So I have this small scarf, and now I'm wondering, I've been doing this like almost instinctively in stockinette stitch, but garter stitch? Oh, maybe I want garter stitch. Let's try. I mean, this is not much time lost. Let's try if I like it more in garter stitch. Yeah, garter stitch. Garter stitch is the extra added bit of chaos that this yarn needs. The yarn speaks a lot more, I think. Yes. I'm glad I had that last minute split-second decision. I hope I can make this an interesting video of a very simple garter stitch shawl, scarf, whatever. I'm a scarf wearer, not a shawl wearer. I hope this doesn't become like an actual shawl. It's just a lot of thing that probably is more defined by how I wear it and how I style it. But yeah, I'm not a shawl wearer, not at all. Not my style, but let's see where we get. And I hope this is an interesting video. We have our first color switching. When I spun this, I actually combined the 2 fluffs to have a more smooth transition, but this is a hard line. I was not expecting this hard line. Then again, it's going from white to red. What did I expect? But this is not too long for a first color, I think. Yeah, I'm frogging again. I like the garter stitch, I like the yarn. I just realized that increasing every right row is going to make it too broad, too fast, and then it'll turn into a shawl, not a scarf. So I'm going to revisit that plan and maybe go like every second right row, so every 4th row an increase. Oh, we shall see. We shall see how this comes about. This is my own experimentation of how I want this scarf to be, so we're going for it, we're going with it. But I did like my choice to take a 5mm needles for this yarn. It makes a nice flowy fabric. That's what we want, a nice flowy fabric. Let's try again, but this time with a different amount of increases. This is 1/3 of our ginormous chaos skein. This is one of the cakes done. It starts maybe a little bit somber and dark, but we're going to get to the very fancy, the very colorful parts. And since over here is our dreaded very long blue and white part, yeah, I think we're close to the halfway point of our scarf. Both in length and width, it's looking good. It's looking very much like a scarf. I also, just for a small moment, want to share a stupid little pun my husband made. But for that, I have to explain to you that scarf in Dutch is shawl, bit like shawl, but we do mean scarf. He asked if this is a special, bedoemd. We have gotten to the dreaded blue and white point. I feel like it's coming perfectly in time. It's a wizard. It's never late, it's not early, just whenever it needs to. Because this width, I don't know, it's still scarf-like. It's not an entire shawl, and the length is pretty neat too. Yeah, this is working out exactly as it should. Who would have thunk that my chaos yarn and chaos knitting would result in actually something pretty good? Well, not me. It's the second time that I am recording this and it's not on. And I don't have much time today. Oh my god, is it on right now? Now, before we finish this scarf and actually have only talked about avoiding having a big blue blob, let's talk about something more quote-unquote interesting. I mean, I want to make this an interesting video. And before any of you interject with, but all your videos are interesting, Jente, I know you, I appreciate you, but my anxiety sometimes is a little bit louder, so let's go for the interesting part right here. And what I wanted to talk to you about was a little bit of personal style, because one of the reasons that I wanted a new scarf is that my personal style has shifted. I have actually quite a volatile personal style. It's a pendulum. It goes pew, 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 from more elegant and dainty and, you know, muted clothing, like the scarf that I actually have, to complete chaos goblin core on the other side. I'm always somewhere in between. That is a challenge, one I'm facing, and going head first into it. I will not get rid of my other scarf because, you know, tomorrow I might be in my neutral dainty phase again. I don't know what is going on in this noggin over here. I don't have any control over it. But a second challenge that I face, or that I have imposed upon myself, is that I don't buy new clothes. That just doesn't happen. So, like 80% of my wardrobe consists of pieces that I bought or made when my style was something completely different. Most of it is actually from when I was into my retro swing vibes era. Just like this, the blue you're seeing, it's a dress. I'm going to give you a little bit of my thought process of how I make my outfits. So this blue dress, as I said, I made in my retro swing period, but right now, a little bit of skirt hiking, layered with another skirt, with my belt and my sweater. It's perfect. Medieval, fantasy, NPC vibes. That's what I wanted to go for today. And this might sound really weird and really nerdy. especially really weird because I was the kid that couldn't combine clothes, and my mom had always had to send me back up. No, that doesn't go together, go back again. But before I go to sleep at night, I like to think about all the pieces I have in my closet and what new combinations I could make with them. That's how I put myself to sleep. What about you? How invested are you in your personal fashion style? I would like to know. And what is your style? Tell me in the comments. You know, just my tried and true trick of whenever I feel this video might not be interesting enough, just go to a different country. Hallo Naban! We're back in Germany. I'm not sure whether you can infer the passing of time from this video, but this is a very fast, quick knit, which is great because as you can see, I'm no longer wearing a coat, so there might be a time coming very soon where this might not be necessary. And that would be a great pity of this already magical scarf. And my ball of yarn just fell somewhere down in a castle. I'm nearing the end of my skein. There are only 2 more color changes left. And you know what this reminds me of a little bit? I can't remember the exact name of the character. It's mysteriously disappeared from my head, probably because it's been too long since I've read the books. But you know, the one they sing songs about in the King Killer Chronicle with his cloak of many colors? This is my cloak of many colors? What do you say? What do you think the cloak of many colors in the King Killer Chronicles, if you have read the books, would look like? It might be something like this. So in Germany we were actually recording videos for my husband's and I's second channel, The History Hikers, together with our drone pilot friend who wants to remain anonymous but also wants to act really silly over here. Anyway, his channel is Orca FPV. He dreads reaching 100 subscribers. But you know, next up, maybe some knitting drone shots? We are back in bland, boring, beautiful Belgium with our scarf. And you just saw my reveal shots, but I have a secret to share with you. It's actually not entirely done, like I'm missing a tip. I ran out of yarn.
which right now gives me a couple of possibilities. First, to frog all of this up until here and start decreasing earlier. But of course, we all know that's not going to happen. Secondly, just leave it as it is. I mean, it's a chaos scarf after all. Who would expect a chaos scarf to be entirely finished? I mean, no one, right? And then thirdly, just go through my stash and find another color to add. What do you think? What is your advice on this conundrum, this dilemma? But overall, I am actually quite happy with this. Yeah, I mean, it's a scarf that I will probably not wear all that often right now because the weather is changing, it's getting warmer again, and this is a statement piece, right? It's a very big, broad scarf. Probably way too warm now that it is getting spring and everything, but I will wear it every chance that I get. Catch me wearing it all the time. So yes, this was my project with my very chaotic mill ends spun yarn. It's a scarf. It's very easy, very pretty, very simple. I guess I'll leave you for now and end with saying that if you like these kind of fiber shenanigans, then maybe you could like, comment or subscribe, but of course that is all up to you. And as for me, I will see you in a next video. But before we do that, maybe look at some more knitting videos in this playlist over here. Bye!